morning everyone, it is Rebecca from Silver Grey Foliage. I am up at the field this morning and I'm up here on my own, which is actually the first time in a while that I've been here on my own. So I set myself the challenge of just getting started, and that is absolutely our principle of everything, because once you get started it is easier to keep going and get the work done. And whilst it's January and it's not quite kind of heavy seed sowing time, there's plenty to be done. So this morning I was just checking on our foliage. We have a few foliage orders for this week for eucalyptus amongst other things, so I was just checking on those, making sure that our foliage is in good quality because it's been super windy up here. And then I'm just weeding our peony bed. So we are not a huge peony grower, and that is mainly because historically we haven't had the time to be a peony grower. And I think that's a really important thing to take into account. Some crops take more time, and in particular thinking about peonies, they really need to be cut sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, because they develop really quickly. They go from that kind of hard, kind of slightly sticky phase to that marshmallow phase to poof and gone super quick, especially once the weather warms up. So that's not something that we can really achieve. So we've got 70 plants. We will increase those as the years go on, but for now, for us, that's okay, because at that time of the year when they start to flower, we also have alliums and roses. So peonies are something that we grow, but they're not a huge crop for us. I'm just going to talk you through what we've done, or what I've done this morning in this bed, and then get the bed finished off before I head home. So this is the peony bed, and as I said, it is not particularly exciting from afar to see. So it is 70 plants, well 69 plants I think if I'm exact, and this is the side that I've done. So you can see, if you look in here, that there are lots of red shoots, and that's where our blooms are going to come from this year. Now, we can also see that some of those shoots are underneath the plastic, so not only do I need to weed this better, because there's a bit of grass in here, but I also need to expand these holes, and I'll do that next time I come. So next time I come up, I will be wanting to make some of these holes bigger, and also I want to be mulching around these. You can see that it's always a really cold and harsh winter up here, and lots of these peony roots are actually too shallow. We've lost quite a lot of soil to wind erosion despite the plastic, and water erosion as well, because it's been super wet at times. I do think a large part of the battle in flower farming is actually crop care. The flowers will do what they do if they've got good soil, and if they're well looked after, and nature will take its time and they will slowly produce their flowers, flower after flower. But especially when the conditions are quite harsh, and it is up here, really windy, really exposed, it's really important that we give them the best possible opportunity to do that. So we use PPX, we use black plastic, and the reason that we do that is to protect our soil and keep it in place as much as possible. You can still see that we've lost soil, and peonies do like to be shallowly planted, so they don't want to be super deep. They want to be quite shallow, and they like that. But when it's windy and when it's wet and you lose that topsoil, despite the protection we've given them, we're just going to need to lift this and give them just a tiny bit of nourishment. They don't like to be overly fussed over. And also just a tiny bit of extra soil around the tops there, so that those exposed roots don't all die off and rot and spread disease. So that's what we'll be doing next, probably Auntie will be doing that on Friday before he goes to work. So interestingly, as well as weeds, I've been doing a lot of pulling out these. So this is a lupin seedling. There is another one just here that I'm going to pull out. And the reason that I'm pulling out lots of lupin seedlings from this bed is because over here we have last year's lupins. Let me turn the camera around. So our lupins are all grown from seed. We started lupins from seed last season. They were okay as cut flowers, but I pretty much ignored them, which was silly, until the end of the season, when I thought, oh my goodness, these are stunning. And we had some gorgeous kind of pinks and whites. So we did actually save seed from our own lupins last year, from particular ones, and there are loads of those that are just kind of growing on in the polytunnel at the moment. I'll try and remember to show you those later when I get back. I don't want lupins growing in my peony bed. because they can grow to be quite a substantial plant. I don't want them to be competing, so I am pulling them out and weeding them out here. What's really nice to see is that they're germinating, and I know that they need a soil that's like 15 to 18 sort of degrees, which means that it must be warm under there for them to be germinating, and that's good, because it means our soil is warming up, which means that when we get ready to plant out our annuals in the next couple of months, the soil will be at the right sort of temperature. So I'm back at HQ. It was windy up at the field. I did exactly what I planned to do, which is check our foliage and weed and sort that one bed. My ears were cold. I'm gonna have to get myself some ear muffs or something, because the wind really does just kind of blow through my ears. Anyway, I thought I would show you those lupin seedlings that I said that we were doing at home from our own saved seed. So I'm in the tunnel, which is currently where most of them are hiding. So there you go. It is always lovely to see green seedlings. Just trying to get at them without standing on things, and my battery's going to go on my phone. So lots of lupins, all from our own seed. And what's really lovely to see, if I can focus in on this, is that some of these are starting to just produce their second set of leaves. Shows that they're happy, they're growing on, which is really lovely. Wow, the sun's really coming out today. It's lovely and warm down here in our tiny tunnel. That's me, Rebecca, today. It is the end of January, almost. We are in the tiny tunnel, just starting work up at the field. If you like what you've seen today, please do subscribe to the channel. You can do that using the bell icon at the top. Any comments or feedback, please pop those in the comments below, and I'll reply, and also just take them on board. Anything that you'd like to see, please do let me know, and obviously share with all your flowery friends. It'd be great to have them on board, seeing and watching and following us along on our journey. My name's Rebecca, I'm from Silver Grey Foliage. We're in Yorkshire and we are a flower farm. It's nice to see you.